Well, I'm back again, and after doing the Stoned Hoods and Crooks kit, I decided I'd pull this kit out of the stash, the Revell Stone Woods and Cook Willys Dragster. This was an opened kit, repacked. I got a good deal on it, so I'm going to begin that. I've got here 2 bags of chrome sprues. There's the body with the interior and the chassis, the wheels, fat and skinnies. There's a photo etch grill and some red molded taillights. Again, because it was an open kit, a lot of the parts are off the tree and just rebagged here. Here's the invisible parts there, the windows, and this is the decal sheet. So I'm going to clean these up a little bit. Actually saved me some time that these are off the tree. I'll give the body and the interior tub and the chassis a quick wash and prepare them for paint, and I'll begin the assembly of the engine. I don't think there's too much to this. I know that I've seen pictures of this looking at online. Usually before I build, I look and see what other people have done and what colors there are, and I've seen this in red, light blue, dark blue, black. I'm not sure I want to do it in black, but probably a dark blue, and maybe I'll even do a fade on it. I know that's not something that would be on the original, but we'll see. I'm kind of enjoying doing those fade paint jobs. Lots of chrome parts and a few pieces here to put together. I think it's mostly engine parts, and hopefully everything is there. So we'll be back soon with a further update. Well, I'm back already with my first progress report on this Stone, Woods and Cook Willys. Most of the parts are going into the engine. There's a lot of chrome parts as well. This is what I have left here to work with. Got the car body and the hood here washed and ready for primer. I've got the engine all completed, the interior tub, the sides and back go on. I've got the brake pedal and the steering column in. So that's ready for primer and paint as well. I've got the engine all completed and painted. Just hand painted it, and a lot of chrome parts. And I've got all the drivetrain attached to the frame, suspension and steering and so forth. The differential and axle at the back. The only problem I did have so far was the wheels and tires. Trying to get the wheels inside these tires. It's hard rubber, and the hole doesn't seem to be quite big enough to push the rims in. So I'm going to have to work on that somehow. That's a very, very tight fit. I'm back again with a progress report. I've got most of the model into primer. I've got the interior tub in here and the bottom here done in Stynylrez silver primer. I've got the car body in Stynylrez gray primer, and the hood and the dash, and I've got the chassis in Stynylrez black primer. So I'm just going to do some hand painting on that to add some details. And you've seen the engine is all finished and done, painted up. I might paint the exhausts headers white. I haven't decided yet. I've got the seat and the radiator, the roll bar, the drive shaft in Stynylrez black primer. As I said earlier, this kit was opened and repackaged, and I believe that these are the proper wheels, but I had the wrong tires for it. These the front ones were a little bit wider, and they had a ridge extending on the outside, and the front tires had a ridge also, so they didn't fit. So I cut the ridge off on the tires, and I shaved back the rim here on here, and I've narrowed it a bit. I've just cut off and sanded one edge there. This edge here that I've painted black to narrow the wheels to fit the tire, because the tires are quite narrow. I think they're off the other Stone Woods and Cook, the sort of silvery blue colored one on the box. And it's a different kit altogether. The doors and trunk and so on open, and it's totally different. But this came with very narrow tires, and there was a pronounced ridge, so I've cut that out. So now I can fit the tires on those rims. And the same with these tires here. I had to cut a little bit off the inside to open the hole a little bit more and sand it down the rims, and then they fit in okay. So I should be able to work with those now, and just have to do some detail painting and begin the assembly process. I'm back with another progress report. I've got the interior tub done. I've got the roll bar, the seat in, the gear shift, the gas pedal. I've painted the panels there just with some blue craft paint. I did a little bit of detail painting on the chassis. I did some gunmetal on the springs. I've attached the air filter or oil filters. Painted the shocks yellow. A little bit of silver on some of the bars there, linkages. Got all my glue points cleaned off here, ready to go. And over in here in the paint booth, I've got the body, the hood, and the dash. A couple of coats of Crafts Folk Art ink spot. So that's done. It's not as dark as I had hoped. What I was thinking of doing is adding a little bit of black to it and going along the bottom parts and just shade it in, do a fade with a little bit darker blue. So I'll just let this dry. I thinned that out a bit, about 50-50, with some future future floor finish. That's the ink spot. And it laid down real nice. I went around a couple of times and then let that dry. Went around a couple more times, a little heavier, and just filled it in. It's a little tricky getting all those into all those curves there, but came out, laid down really nice. It came out really well. So that's always a pleasant feeling when you get a good paint job. So I'm going back to the paint booth. I've mixed the ink spot, Craft Art ink spot, with a little bit of black to darken it up a bit, and I'm going to try and do a little fade around the bottom, see how that looks. Got it taped off, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. I've got the darker shading airbrushed on the bottom part around the edges, just to tone down the highlights a little bit. There's still a little bit of the brighter blue on top, so I think that adds a little more contrast, a little more depth to it. And it's kind of fun doing the fades and different experimenting with the paint with the airbrush, and it turned out pretty good. Well, here I've got everything ready for the assembly, but before I do that, I'm going to apply the decals. I just noticed here that the decal sheet has two different sets, one for the blue version and one for the black version. I'll be using the black version decals.